What's going on, Punkanormal? I am here with Dan Vapid from about 800 million bands. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm fine, sir. How are you?
Oh, I'm pretty good, man. Just getting over my weekend boozy blues there from too much drinking, but feeling good now.
Oh, that's good. I'm looking at reviews of Tale of the Two Cities by Charles Dickens. Deciding if I want to read the book or not. Never have. Anyway, how are you?
I'm good, man. That sounds like an interesting evening.
Yeah, just sitting in the new screen porch here. Just got done today. Feels pretty good. So able to sit outside, kind of, without getting bit up by mosquitoes and whatnot. So that's nice. Got a nice 70-degree night here in Illinois. So enjoying it while I can.
That was going to be my next question: is where's home base for you? But is it still
home
Chicago?
base is it was Chicago. I was born and raised in Des Plaines, Illinois. Des Plaines is a suburb of Chicago. It's just right outside of Chicago, northwest suburb. And then I lived in Chicago for many years, and was in a lot of bands in Chicago. I had met my wife in Chicago, but she is originally from the town that we live in now, and it is about 40 miles from St. Louis on the Illinois side.
Okay. Right on.
Well, it's just a small town called Highland, Illinois. It's about 10,000. And it's pretty chill. It's pretty nice. I have the band in, I've still got Simon playing with me in Chicago. But I got two other guys, one from this town, another from St. Louis. And so we're, I guess, for the most part, based out of St. Louis now. So we're 3/4 St. Louis, 1/4 Chicago.
Okay. It's crazy. So we're up here in Canada, and you got to drive for hours to get to a city, and you guys just have so many major centers. Hit the next one.
Yeah, I can remember touring through Canada and thinking there was a lot of distance between those cities.
It's not too bad, like over in like the east side with like Toronto, Montreal area, but once you get out to the Wild West, it's pretty.
Sure.
Cities are pretty few and far between.
Right.
That's cool. So when you talk about the band, is this still the Cheats that you got going?
Yeah, it's still Dan Vapid and the Cheats. We are. I haven't been playing too much within the last year, just because our family had a baby, and we moved and got a new house and all this. But I've been working on a third album for kind of a long time now. Life has gotten in the way of a lot of it, but I have 2 days next week where I'm hoping to wrap up the session. It'll be our third record, and we're just going to call it 3, because the other one was self-titled, the other one was called 2. And I hope to have it done next week, and if that's the case, it should be, like maybe October. I'm hoping for a release. But it kind of just depends on how things go next week. If I can wrap everything up. If I can't, then, that could delay the release maybe by a month or so. But so we'll see. I'll have a release date pretty soon. I imagine it'll be out by the end of the year. And really looking forward to it coming out. It's been a while since we've actually done a record. So yeah, looking forward to that. That'll be on Eccentric Pop Records. So I'm no longer doing the self-release thing, just because it's getting to be too much with having a family and all that. But yeah, looking forward to having that release with Eccentric Pop, and seeing where it takes us from there. So we'll see, and I think it should be good.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
So your last album as the Cheats, that was back in what, 2013? 14?
Yeah, 2013.
Fuck. Pretty sure
I know.
I ordered that one. I think I got it on CD because I didn't have a record player at the time.
Yeah, I mean, time goes by pretty quick. And so like the songs that I have for this third release have been, I mean, some of them are like 3-4 years old. They're really old to me already. And I had so many going into this session, and I had to like kind of really whittle them down. And it was a really kind of a difficult thing to do. I just, basically did the best I could and try to get songs that I thought went well together, because they were also kind of a lot different from each other. So, but yeah, I just kind of did the best in terms of just like putting it together. And, it's like there's been a collection of just stuff like kind of kicking around in the back burner of my brain for a long time now. So it'll be good to see the songs finally get some life and get released.
So, but you haven't been completely like you've been releasing other things. Like, is it just your own solo project? All these, as you call them, like children's pop punk songs. Like,
yeah. I had the thing that was different with that is that it was just me and Luke McNeil, who plays in the copyrights, and he has a studio in his house. So I would just basically just send him songs to listen to in advance, come down, and it was just me and him. I mean, I'm playing guitar and bass and vocals. He was doing some backing vocals and stuff. Sometimes keyboard. Sometimes I would do keyboard, but he just played drums on it, and I was pretty much doing all the other stuff, and he was recording everything and mixing and mastering. The advantages of it was that it made it go really fast, so I was able to bang it out a lot quicker. The downside of it is I don't have the guys I normally play with live on it. So to do that would have taken a good amount of time, and that was kind of an issue with just how everything was going on and with my life. So, but that was a project that started with Mike Park asking me if I wanted to do a children's record, and thinking it was kind of a crazy, absurd idea at first, and then remembered that I actually had written a song, sort of, I guess, like in the car one time just to entertain my son. One time picking up his mom from work, and there was a lot of traffic, and there was a car horn, and it was making him laugh. So we just kind of trying to make the best of all this traffic that we had, and just the stress of it. And I kind of remember that and did a little bit. It actually turned out to be like a real song, and so from there just ended up writing a ton of stuff, because just was able to relate just being a dad. Just a lot of the songs are either written through my son's eyes, or they're about my son through my eyes. So it ended up really having a lot of meaning to it, so it was really kind of, once I had found that little, that meaning within a children's song, it kind of just pulled me along, and I just kept writing. I just, would just write one after another. And so I actually had to, throw a lot of songs away because I was writing too many of them. So yeah, anyway, but the long and short of that is I wrote 2 records within that span of 2013 to the present. It's called All Wound Up, and then I have All Wound Up Volume 2. And those are both on Fun Records, which is Mike Park's label. And so now it's back to doing the Dan Vapid cheat stuff. And like I said before, it'll be pretty soon that we finish it. So anyway, sorry if I'm talking all over the place here. I don't know. Sounds like I am. Sounds like I'm kind of rambling, and I have a tendency to do that.
That's okay. To hear the rest of this interview, check out punkanormalactivity.com or use one of your favorite podcast apps such as SoundCloud, Google Play, iTunes, and more. Hope you guys check it out.